Hey there, this is Drupti from Boldlooks Aesthetics and Makeup, and I just wanted to show you my foundation prep and what I do when I apply foundation and primer and get started with a makeup application. So the first thing I've done is I've already applied my moisturizer. I've used a Jeunesse Luminesse SPF 15 for the day, and that helps to even out, add moisture, does its anti-aging, so that's awesome. And then my Arbonne eye cream that I totally swear by. And now I'm actually going to try out a new product by YSL, and it's actually a primer. It's like the Touche Éclat for the eyes, except it's like a blurring blurring liquid for the face. So I'm just going to take a couple of pumps and just apply that all over. And it goes on just like a primer. It has the same kind of slip and feel. So that's cool. A little bit sort of more oilier, but it doesn't feel greasy, if that makes any sense. And this has little gold flecks, so it's really meant to sort of blur any imperfections in the skin and just sort of even out a little bit of the discoloration and really provide a canvas for your foundation to go on. And so I'm going to use, and if you know me, I love, 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 gotta have my Arbonne foundation. It's got an SPF, it's their liquid perfecting foundation. And I'm just going to squirt a few pumps onto my beauty blender. That needs a wash. And just pat it into place, stipple it on pretty much, especially where I want extra coverage. And then what's left, I kind of press and smooth out into the forehead. Actually, that looks pretty good already. I'm really liking the finish of it so far. Awesome. Just going to take a quick peek. Yep. Nice finish on that. So next up is my concealer. Some people put on concealer before foundation. You can put it on after foundation. I just find that when I dab my liquid foundation in the eye area and stuff, I find I need less of my concealer. And this is actually a cream foundation, full coverage foundation from M.A.C that I actually use as my concealer. There you go. So you can tell the difference how much it covers already from one side to the other. And what's good is that you want to press it in. Don't drag too much, because if you press it in, you're actually getting the coverage out of it. And from your warm fingertips, it's also melting it right into the skin. And I take a little on the corners and where I have a little bit of redness. Right there. So that's the concealer on. I'm just going to do a little bit more in the crease right there in the corner there. And I actually use the same exact one, just going to adjust the light there, as a foundation or eyeshadow base right underneath the brows and all across the lid. Now I find that if I'm actually going to do like bridal work or anything like that, I will use an actual primer. But for myself, day in and day out, I just go ahead and use the concealer. Perfect. And then you can always apply a little bit extra if there's some areas that you feel need it. So there we have the foundation and concealer on already. And next step is going to be powder application. And this is with a really big fluffy brush, and this is from Flower. And my powder is from Cargo. It's their HD loose powder. Comes in a neat container. Whoops, spilled some. Making a mess. So anyways, I'm going to take that powder and lightly press it in. And then rub it in or fluff it in. So that's how I do my routine for my foundation and powder. Now my face is completely ready to get shadow and everything else on. So just to go over steps real quick, I did the Blur Touche Éclat for the face from YSL all over, and then I did my Skin Perfecting Foundation from Arbonne. Totally in love with this. Great coverage. You can build the coverage too if you want, so it's a little bit fuller. And then concealer wise, I used a M.A.C full coverage foundation, and then the HD loose powder from Cargo. So that's my overall finish for how I do my foundation prep before the rest of the makeup colors go on. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Droopty from Boldlooks Aesthetics and Makeup, and chat with you soon to go over some colors and application of a daytime look. Thanks.